Have you always wanted to know the secrets behind applying makeup like a pro? We're going to show you some techniques beauty gurus and professional makeup artists swear by. Make sure to keep watching to learn how to make your eyelashes grow longer. Pretty amazing, right? If this is your first time visiting our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today, we're going to be sharing 10 beauty tips the pros don't want you to know. Color tricks. Have you ever had your makeup done by a professional? If so, you've probably been impressed by the way they covered up the red patches around your nose and evened out the blue hues behind your eyes. You might assume this level of makeup application is beyond an amateur, but we're here to let you in on the secret behind their skills. It's all about color theory, and once you've learned a few simple rules, you'll be able to balance out your skin tone and blemishes like a pro. Let us introduce you to the color wheel. Makeup artists learn about this at beauty school. Their tutors explain how to identify clients' undertones, and they also show them how to use the color wheel to deal with unwanted color. The way the color wheel works is by positioning complementary colors opposite each other, and these opposite colors cancel each other out. For example, if you wanted to cover up a red pimple, you use a green pigmented concealer. As for dealing with blue circles under your eyes, you'd counteract them with an orange hue, like a peach or apricot toned primer. Color theory also works to accentuate the color of your eyes. Place the opposite color next to your eyes and it will really make them pop. So if you have blue eyes, wear orange-based colors around them. If you have green eyes, go for red undertones, like wine and plum shades. If you have brown eyes, congrats. Any color will work well. Moisturizing foundation. Do you ever have days when you like your foundation to be a bit lighter in coverage? Perhaps during warmer weather, you'd rather have more of a dewy finish. You don't need to buy more products or visit a makeup professional to get the desired result. You just need to get a little creative with the beauty tools at hand. If you have a hydrating water mist, you're in luck. Not only will this give you that fresh-faced look, it will also make your foundation more moisturizing. Here's what the pros do. Squeeze some foundation onto the back of your hand, then spritz some spray over it. Use your fingers or a foundation brush to mix them together, and that's it. A rose water mist is a great choice for this, but you can also use your actual moisturizer if you don't have one. This will lighten the coverage, help it slip on, and give your skin that added kick of moisture. You can also use a spray to make it easier to apply to your foundation. Spritz some hydrating toner over your foundation brush. This will make the brush wet, so it won't absorb as much product. That means you'll get an even finish and a slick of moisture too. It's a win-win situation. Here's another quick tip for applying foundation with a brush. Use a patting motion. This is a gentler approach, so you won't be pulling your delicate skin. Plus, you'll have more control too. Apply backwards. There's a particular order of applying products to your face that most of us follow. You don't need to have gone to beauty school to know that you put your foundation on before adding highlighter, blush, or cream bronzer. Well, it turns out that pros sometimes do things back to front, like applying brush before foundation. Sounds bizarre, right? Why would anybody put their makeup on in that order? It makes no sense until you discover the reason behind it. Then you'll be excited to have learned yet another secret that usually is reserved for professionals. The reason for applying your product backwards is to get a more natural glow. Sometimes blush, bronzer, and highlighter applied on top of foundation can appear a little artificial. It can look great, but all too often, it's obvious those flushed cheeks are down to makeup rather than a healthy flush. Switch up your application order, and you'll get a seriously subtle look. With a layer of lightweight foundation covering your brush, it'll look like you're glowing from beneath your skin. If your foundation isn't lightweight enough, follow our previous tip about adding a hydrating spray or moisturizer to it. As for where to place blush, go for the apples of your cheeks. Contour your way to the perfect face shape. You must have been living under a rock if you haven't heard about contouring. It's all over social media, thanks in large part to the Kardashians. Contouring has its fans and its criticizers, but it's a subtle way to use this technique of shading and highlighting, and it will help you achieve your ideal face shape. Use lighter tones to accentuate your favorite features, and darker tones to make those areas sink into the background. You'll need a highlighter for drawing attention, and a bronzer a bit darker than your skin tone for shading. Choose a matte finish to absorb even more light. Now, let's get down to specifics. Have you got a big forehead? Make it look smaller by shading along your hairline with a bronzer to minimize that outer edge. For those with round faces, you can create a more oval shape by shading in a 3 shape. Sweep a bronzer across your temples down to the hollow of your cheeks, and then on your chin. Is it your nose that you want to change? Start at your inner brows and shade alongside the bridge on each side of your bronzer. Then use your highlighting shade along the center. Remember, practice makes perfect. It's not just the pros who can pull off contouring. You can do it too. Nail art tricks. Hands up if you've looked at intricate nail art and thought, I could never do that myself. You might think these intricate designs can only be created by the pros, but we're here to let you in on a few secrets. You don't need years of training or fancy tools to make your nails look on point. And once you've discovered how easy it is to do your nails at home, you'll never need to pay a pro in a salon to do it again. Let's focus on polka dot nail art. There are a few ways to achieve this look without a specialist nail daughter or years of practice. You could use a felt tip eyeliner pen to draw on dots, let them dry, and then seal with a top coat. Another option is to stick a pin into a pencil eraser. You can then use the head as the dipper and dot away. Or how about the rounded end of a bobby pin? Or a mechanical pencil tip. For a stencil approach, grab a Band-Aid and use the end with the perforated holes. Stick it over the first coat and sweep a contrasting color across the Band-Aid. Once dry, peel it off and you've got a whole nail of dots left behind. You can also use a non-perforated plaster as a guideline for French tips. Stick it over your nail, leaving your tip sticking out beyond the curved edge of the plaster. Then slick on your white polish for a neat French manicure effect. Don't just bronze your face. You probably already know how great bronzer is for bringing a sun-kissed glow to your complexion. But did you ever look back at a photo of yourself and realize your face is a different color to the rest of your body? That's because you neglected to apply bronzer below the chin as well. This is a trick the pros use to blend color across all visible skin. Think about where the sun would naturally bronze your body and concentrate on those areas. You do this already when you bronze your face, applying it to your cheekbones, forehead, chin, and the bridge of your nose. So it makes sense to use the same thought process with the rest of your body. What you might want to switch up is your tool. You'll want to use a big, fluffy brush for easy application. Simply sweep it across your shoulders, collarbone, and décolleté for that radiant look. If you've gotten your legs out, you can apply it to your shins too. Just make sure you moisturize the skin all over your body first. You wouldn't apply makeup to an unmoisturized face, so you'll want to take the same approach with body makeup. If you decide to use liquid makeup on your body, make sure you let it dry, and then blot any excess. You definitely don't want it transferring to your clothes. Fix a broken compact. This tip is something that cosmetic companies probably don't want you to know. Why? Because you won't need to replace broken makeup compacts so often once you learn this trick. We all know that sinking feeling when your favorite blush crashes to the floor or when we press too hard on our beloved eyeshadow palette and the powder breaks up. The next time this happens to you, you'll be prepared. That's because you'll have learned today how to fix it yourself with a little elbow grease and a drop of alcohol. No, not the kind you drink. You use rubbing alcohol instead. Or better yet, get 70% alcohol from an art supply store. To begin with, you'll need to push all of the salvageable flecks and specks back into the pan. Then, completely cover the compact tightly with plastic wrap. Next, use a spatula or a handle of an eyeliner brush to smash everything into loose powder. Now, remove the wrap and add the alcohol, a few droppers at a time. You'll typically need about 10 full dropper loads. Once the powder is pliable and sponge-like, smooth it out with a spatula. Get the edges really neat with an eyeliner brush. Let it dry completely for a few hours, and then it's good to go. Homemade face mask. Beauty professionals might want you to believe that only they know how to create the perfect face mask. You might assume they use all kinds of secret things that you couldn't get your hands on at home. Perhaps you think there are special cosmetic chemicals involved that aren't readily available to us amateurs. Well, here's some good news. You can become a face mask maker. And you don't need anything fancy. Just head to your refrigerator and pull out 2 eggs. The even better news is that you'll be making your own wrinkle reducer. That'll save you a heap of money compared to buying expensive products from beauty pros. It will also let you use natural ingredients on your skin rather than lots of chemicals. And it's incredibly easy to do. Simply separate the yolks and the egg whites, then whisk up the whites until they're frothy. Dip your fingers into the foam and smooth on in an upward motion across your face. Leave it on for about 30 minutes. Then wash it off and pat dry before moisturizing and applying your makeup. This is a particularly good face mask to use just before you go out, as the protein in the egg white provides a temporary tightening of the skin. Think of it as a short-lived facelift. You can also include a dash of lemon juice for a cleansing element, which is said to help remove whiteheads. Or add oatmeal and honey for a gentle exfoliation too. DIY Lip Scrub. You can easily make your own DIY lip scrub too, and all you need are a few common items. You'll probably have these sitting in your kitchen cupboard. The even better news is that they're natural ingredients. This means you're less likely to have an adverse reaction to a homemade lip exfoliator like this. Grab your notepad because you're going to want to write these instructions down. Don't worry, it's super simple. All you need to do is mix 1 tablespoon of coconut oil with 1 tablespoon of raw honey and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Apply this mixture to your lips with your finger and scrub for 5 minutes. Then go ahead and rinse it off. Your lips should not only feel smooth and soft, but also have a beautiful pink tone. That's because you've stimulated the blood in your lips. At the same time, gently rubbing off any dry or flaky patches. Want an even tastier version? How about a candy cane lip scrub? Crush 2 candy canes with a food processor or the back of a spoon. Place them in a bowl. Pour 2 tablespoons of water over the top, then add half a scoop of beef gelatin. Mix it all together and apply it to your lips with your finger or a soft bristled toothbrush. The crushed candy canes buff away dry skin cells, while the gelatin nourishes and softens the lips. Which DIY lip scrub will you try? Grow longer eyelashes. It's fair to say that most of us would like to have longer lashes. That's one reason why we apply lashings of mascara. Beauty pros use certain techniques to make lashes appear longer. They might apply individual lashes during an eyelash extension session, or they might dye them to make the lashes stand out more. You might feel that these processes are beyond you, but there are certain things you can do yourself to make your lashes longer. Sure, there are products you can buy. These include mascara bases, brush-on lash extensions, and lash-enhancing serum. But you can also take the DIY approach and make your own natural lash lengthening potions at home. Yes, you really can grow your lashes longer. Here's one simple recipe to follow. Get a jar and mix together castor oil, coconut oil, and vitamin E oil. Dip in your finger or a cotton swab, wipe off any excess, and carefully run it across the upper lash line. It's a good idea to do this just before you go to bed, so your lashes will soak it up for several hours. Remember to wash it off in the morning. Many DIY beauty fans believe these oils stimulate their growth. Castor is the most commonly used oil for stimulating follicles, and it's rich in omega-9 fatty acids. And the lauric acid in coconut oil prevents protein loss, which can boost growth. Who knew you could grow your own lashes? Which of these beauty tips are you going to try? Do you have any more hacks to share with us? Let us know in comments and give our video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.